you have to listen to the whole video in order to get your mindset right, to break PRs and make progress with all of your skill training, with all of your calisthenics, the planche, front lever, one-arm chin-up, handstand push-up. That's the type of approach I have and still do a decade in when I approach a ring session. That's what you have to do in order to create progress. Now, the idea for this video originated from, I've been thinking just over the past few weeks about what is really necessary to create progress and high-level performance eventually. And whatever high-level performance for you means, by all means, that's great, okay? We can control genetics, we can control all of that. But I'm really thinking about, no more programming. It's no longer beneficial for you to think about whether volume or intensity is better. How many sets should you do of an exercises for it to be optimal? What is the best optimal chest exercise? No more of this programming bullshit, because we have too much of it, and it's actually zooming you into the screen more than getting you into the gym to make things happen. Now, what really creates high-level performance and productive training systems? Okay, instead of focusing on whether Arnold Schwarzenegger in the bodybuilding encyclopedia did 6 days a week, even twice a day training leading up to the bodybuilding competition, but Mike Mentzer, who learned from Arthur Jones, who created the Nautilus machines, did 3 workouts a week, maybe 2 workouts a week, full body style, 1 very hard set per week. So what system is better? And then you have Dr. Mike Israel, creating so much programming content that you can sit on your screen and consume it all day long, that you even forget that you had to train. What creates high-level performance and productive training systems? Let's focus on the overlapping traits, the common traits that exist in all good athletes and training systems. And it is one, and listen carefully, this is where you get the pen and paper and write down. Obsessive consistency. It's so ironic to me that people who argue and debate about programming so much online and write me comments and argue, they post so much, they actually forget to train. So they ask how many sets you do, and then they forgot to train at all. Miss the session. Skip the session. If you skip the session, you're not even in the debate. This is ironic. Get into the gym, do something. Be relevant. Obsessive consistency. I'm talking about holidays, you're going to the gym. If the gym is closed, you're buying dumbbells. I don't care. You're doing dumbbell benches. You're doing push-ups in your living room. You're going to the pull-up and dip bar station outdoors, and you're cranking 100 pull-ups and 200 dips. I don't care. It's a holiday. Do it anyways. That's what people lack now. They don't get the message. Because people have been focusing on programming information so much that we are so confused. The tone now needs to be more action. Go train. Go fucking smash it. Think less. More information at this stage is actually hindering you. The second thing is relentless effort. Effort can be judged in many ways, but I can call it intensity and intent. Because even a 5 reps in reserve set can be extremely high effort with a lot of intent, thinking about what exactly I want to achieve from this set and how do I perfect my technique, how do I master my technique. That's a lot of intent, even in a 5 reps in reserve set. And that high effort, that creates fucking progress. And let me tell you something, any smart, sophisticated, beautiful program will come, if you run it long enough, it will come down to the point that the margin for improvement is so small that it is you versus the rings or the barbell, and you either go for it and smash it, regardless of how you feel and how difficult it is, because at this stage breaking PRs is certainly not easy. And as you show, and as you see the clips right now, me doing inverted cross and Maltese and stuff like that, you wouldn't really assume that in the warm-up, I felt like shit. I thought I didn't have it in me that day, right? But guess what? I really didn't. I made it happen anyway. There's a beautiful Ilya Ilin, which is, I believe, Kazakh weightlifter, used to be one of the all-time greats, definitely, which he built. It's a training room video. He built up to a 200, I believe, kilo snatch. He didn't make the 200, right? Tried a few times, stripped the bar of all of the weight, warmed up again, empty bar, 60, 100 kilo, 120, warmed up again, sort of messing with his mind. I'm doing it again, warming up again, boom, hit the benchmark, hit that 200 kilo snatch, or whatever it was that day. I can't really remember the exact weight. Make it happen. Any program will come down to the point where it is you versus the ring. And I don't want to hear anything about programming. Either you get it anyway, or it doesn't matter what programming you're on. Don't type it in the comments. What maybe you should have? No. Make it happen anyway. And the third thing is recovery. Whatever your training approach is, whatever your program is, you have to recover from it. If your style is high intensity, great. High volume, great. High frequency, great. Recover from it. How much time do you have before the next ring session? 3 days? Nice. Let's make those 3 days happen. Let's do everything to maximize recovery now. How many meals do you have a day? 3? Great. That's 9 meals that we have up to that next ring session that you can maximize recovery and think about it. And when you go to bed, go early enough because you have to be recovered for the next ring session. Those are the 3 most common traits that we have to focus on. We can talk about a lot of other things. Debate, argue, what is the best approach. Those exist in all high-level performing athletes and productive training systems. Obsessive consistency, relentless effort, and recovery. Now, before we go on to the next part of this video, if you want any training program, online coaching under my guidance, please check the link in the description. The Bodyweight Tribe, you also have membership plans with training programs, routine, my workouts, nutrition, plans, recipes, exercise tutorial, really everything that the diligent, intentful, insightful calisthenic athlete needs. Thank you very much. It will also help me and support this channel. Now moving on into the second part of this video. And those of you who have been following me on Instagram know this as well. I started or reintroduced dumbbell exercises into my routine. I'm referring to the dumbbell mimicking exercises, as I call them in the Bodyweight Beyond Bodyweight book, my ebook, which are the dumbbell exercises which mimic the specific gymnastic skills, like the planche and the Maltese and the inverted cross and so on. Now, why did I do it? I felt like with all of the chaos, hecticness that I have in life, I need to have accountability. I need to have the objectivity and measurability of dumbbells in my routine to know, make sure that I am getting stronger, that I am adding reps or adding weight. And weights don't lie. Your body weight will fluctuate depending on what type of dinner you had yesterday, last night, or whether you are more hydrated or dehydrated or more glycogen depleted. But weights don't lie. If you have more reps, if you have more weight in you, you fucking got stronger. No question asked. So I feel like everyone needs to have some form of this objective measurability, accountability in their program just for reassurance, okay? Because technique will feel very, very off on some days. The planche will feel very, very off on some days. Handstand will feel weird on some days. But having the objectivity there, make sure that you're on the right track, that's fucking awesome. And you have other reasons to include the dumbbell mimicking exercises for gymnastics performance. They are also unilateral. Nothing that you do on parallel bars, floor, pull-up bars or rings is unilateral. And everyone has a weak limb, a weaker limb. Now think about it. Beginners improve quicker, right? Because they're weaker, relatively weaker and less exposed. Your weaker arm can be improved faster than your stronger arm because there is more room for improvement there. So if you get the weaker limb slightly stronger, so it almost matches the stronger limb, not only will you improve performance significantly, we also reduce the risk of injury, because when you have one side significantly stronger than the next, that's where you compensate. You rotate, you twist, you bend, and those create little tweaks and nagging injuries and pains. So we need to get the limbs stronger, including unilateral work alongside. After your skill training on rings, you get the touches, which is the most important, is extremely beneficial. So I reintroduced dumbbell, planche presses, and Maltese presses to planche. I know how much I lift, and I know that when I hit a certain benchmark, and I created a little experiment, right? Personally, when I had 60% of my body weight with dumbbell Maltese presses to planche, right? For multiple reps, it was 4 reps for multiple sets, I got the actual skill on rings, because those skills, believe it or not, are mostly about raw strength. Do you have the raw strength needed in order to lift your body weight? Yes, there is some technique to it. Some exercises are more technical. Handstands, for instance, are more technical. Really not all about strength. But a Maltese, a planche, and front lever, give me a break. You can learn them in a few sessions, and if you got the strength, it will be there. If you don't, it doesn't matter how great your technique looks. I'd say it's about 80% raw strength, right? For most ring strength isometric elements. And if you got the raw strength, you'll make it happen. And we need the raw arm strength that dumbbells can isolate, because dumbbells, another benefit is, provided inserted well into your routine, is that they isolate the arm. There's not a lot of technique, there's not a lot of leg and core strength and coordination needed. It is isolating the arm, but in a way that is very, very specific and particular to your ring strength. That makes it great, alongside the rest of the benefits that I mentioned, which makes me now reintroduce them in my routine alongside the ring skills. I train on rings twice a week, always start the session on rings. I warm up properly. I think that a lot of people don't warm up enough, right? Warm up enough. I don't walk around feeling like I can do an iron cross. Really, I don't. I just warm up enough to the point that my brain perceives the idea of doing an iron cross, like it is some sort of a sensible thing to do on a Wednesday. And then once I do the iron cross, inverted cross, all of the great stuff, I move on to the dumbbell exercises. I know that I have the raw strength. I'm on the right path. And there you go. I think you should consider including them as well. And I think that you should consider really putting more emphasis now on consistency, effort, and recovery. No fucking programming question. I don't want programming question in the comment section. No more. It is hindering performance. More information is hindering performance at this stage. A decade ago, when I started calisthenics, gymnastics, strength training, there was so little programming and training programs online that people were buying online coaching thousands of dollars. People were so committed to the little bit of information that was out there that it created relentless practitioners that I don't see now. People debate and argue me online, but don't go to the gym and fucking smash it when it's necessary. And then you go to the profile and you see a 16-year-old kid, no muscle, no skill, no show, no go. But you know what? He can type in the keyboard just fine. This is ironic, really. We need more action right now. More information is hindering your performance. Go to the gym and smash it. High effort, high consistency, and make sure that you recover. That's it. Let's focus on that, please, 2024. Training programs, online coaching under my guidance, and membership plans, everything is in the link in the description, the Bodyweight Tribe. Thank you so much for listening to this video. If you like the video, love, share, and subscribe. Only if you love the video. See you next time.